Hi everyone, a very hearty welcome to my YouTube channel called Educare World. I very warmly welcome all of you to subscribe my channel and become part of Educare World so that you would be receiving all the latest and quality updates on all about education in the coming talks. The purpose of my talk of today is to give you a basic knowledge and introduction on the topic of the National Education Policy 2020 or NEP 2020. The National Education Policy was introduced and practiced for the first time in India in the year 1968 when Indira Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. And the second national education policy was introduced in the year 1986 when Rajiv Gandhi was the Prime Minister of India. And the national education policy was revised in 1992 when P.V. Narasimha Rao was the Prime Minister of India. And for the third time, the latest national education policy was released and introduced under the present Prime Minister Narendra Modi in the year 2020. The Modi government announced the new education policy 2020, which brings about several major reforms in education in India. Among the major reforms, the 10 plus 2 structure in the schooling system has been replaced by a 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 structure. It will include 12 years of schooling and 3 years of Anganwadi and preschooling. K. Kasturi Rangan, an eminent scientist who steered the Indian space program as chairman of the Indian Space Research Organization or ISRO for the 9 years, was the chairman of the committee for draft national education policy at Bangalore Tech Summit 2020. The new policy replaces the previous national policy on education of 1986. The policy is a comprehensive framework for elementary education to higher education as well as vocational training in both rural and urban India. The policy aims to transform India's education system by 2021. Some of the important benefits of the new education policy of 2020 are: first, the new education policy will give importance to students' practical knowledge instead of just pushing them towards a rote learning. And secondly, it will help students to develop scientific temper from their young age. Education policy consists of the principles and government policies in the educational sphere as well as the collection of laws and rules that govern the operation of education systems. Education policy analysis is the scholarly study of education policy. The policy envisages broad-based, multidisciplinary, holistic undergraduate education with flexible curriculum, creative combinations of subjects, integration of vocational education, and multiple entry and exit points with appropriate certification. There are few futures, important futures of NEP 2020. The first, self-reliant India. The second, sustainable development goals. The third, education as economy booster. The fourth, internationalization of higher education. The fifth, digitalized pedagogy and classrooms. The sixth, a layered accreditation system. And lastly, equipping teachers with latest technology and education methodology. Dear friends, let me wind up with some of the biggest highlights of the NEP 2020. The first, a single regulator for higher education institutions. Second, multiple entry and exit options in degree courses. Third, discontinuation of MPhil programs. Fourth, low stake broad exams. Fifth, common entrance exams for universities. So, dear friends, we would be discussing more aspects on NEP 2020 in my coming videos. Keep tuned and stay safe. Have a nice day.